All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our daily streams for the month of May. Weekdays. Let's do it. All right. For anyone just discovering my channel, my name is Liam Murphy. I am a 3-time NFL best ball champion, including a 2-time Draftkings best ball champion. I won the Draftkings $555 contest last year, along with the Draftkings $2,000 contest last year. We are doing our first Draftkings live stream draft of the year. We're in the $10 Millie Maker tournament. Almost 30,000 entrants already. If you are here, thank you for joining. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We're at 1,660, so we're almost at 1,700. Help me out. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing videos for the weekdays of May. And then I'll be back in July, taking a break after that. But make sure you subscribe. Join that journey. Excited to rip my first Draftkings best ball draft of the year. The room has filled. Looks like we got we just caught Cody Main in a tweet. We just caught him here bad. Let's fire. Let's show you how this sausage is made, guys. Cody Main, staff member of ETR. Shout out him. Does great stuff with Showdown. And someone else already got him, but we're going to do it anyways. He says a recommendation for everyone drafting best ball teams in May. And then he's got this guy touching grass. We got him, boys and girls. So we're drafting with Cody. I mean, geez, got to get my words together here. Make sure you join my Discord. The link to join that is in the description below. Have a really sharp community we're building there. Shout out to all the Discord people. We're up nearly 300 members, 200 something members. This is just keying me back to my same draft lobby, but yeah, excited to draft on DraftKings. For those who don't know, I won't be streaming too many DraftKings $10 ones. Figured I would see if there's any people out there looking for some DraftKings content. I will stream some of my higher stakes DraftKings tournaments once those fast drafts take off. I've done about 8 of the DraftKings $10 ones to date. I multi-tabled those, so I would do between 5 and 3 at a time. What's up, Donathan? What's up, Calby Cool? Calby Cool said, and he started working out. Hopefully it helps my best ball skills. Shout out to you, Calby Cool. In my Discord, we have a channel called Get Fit or Die. I'm not a medical person, disclaimer, so I'm not your doctor. Ask your doctor. Anyways, I have a thread in there where I'll be updating the workouts I'm doing each day. The month of May, we're going to be in top physical shape for the WSOP. Not top shape, but reasonable shape. And yesterday, I did a bike ride. You see me here, even drafting while biking. Man, I need to unplug. But today, did a little bit of 3-minute jump rope, then 5 pull-ups to chest, then 8 body weight dips. So you can check out my Twitter at ChestLiam if you want to correct my form. My form was weak. That's why I videoed myself. I could just feel my back didn't feel perfect. My posture didn't feel perfect. So Check out that. And shout out Cal to joining the journey. So started working out. Hopefully it helps my best ball skills. Yeah, I mean, it will help you in every phase of life. Just helps the mental health if we move our body. So, yeah, for those who don't know, DraftKings typically a wild wasteland of a place. They know that we're going to take Bijan here with our first pick. Get a Bijan share. Why not? Um, DraftKings does not offer a draft board, so that's kind of a bummer. The best they give you is this pick history thing. So we'll try to show you this. Let's try to zoom in, make this a better viewing experience. I also have to make it small enough so the I can see the players, but we'll try to zoom in for you guys. So yeah, going with Bijan with my 101, but DraftKings typically a wild wasteland of a place. You're going to catch a lot more casual players in there. Obviously, I would assume when I'm streaming, it's going to be a little bit more sharp people in there. Cody's in there. You know, that's not some casual guy. Um, so, but DraftKings is 20 rounds. It is full point PPR, points per reception. So it's fun to draft here. I will be maxing their $10 contest. I'm not decided what I'm going to do with their $555 contest. Make that decision later in the year. I'm in two slows currently. You know me. You know I hate slow drafts. However, slow drafts are the only drafts that fill for the 555. So I'd rather slow draft than not draft at all. You know what they say. Going to be having a guest on the channel tomorrow. Going live with Jacob Sanderson. We'll be drafting a puppy over on Underdog Fantasy at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Jacob, sharp dude. Been saying a lot of sharp stuff. So I'm trying to collab with more people. We're going to have him on the channel. We're going to have Ron Stewart on the channel as well. We're on the clock here. We got Bijan as our anchor running back. We could go Saquon, lock down 2 alpha RBs. Saquon, a little bit older. We like the sun god. You know what? We're going to do it. We're gonna go RB. Not something we do a lot, but we're going to lock in 2 studs. It's hard to find running backs in today's market, and we're going to get them with wide receiver late. Wow, Derrick Henry goes next. Let's look up Saquon's age. I think he's 26. He is 26. How good am I? 26. Will be 27 in February. So just turned 26. So no age concerns. Don't think he was quite the Saquon we thought last year, but at the same time, like 20, 28, 27, 23, 19, 26, 15, 15, 20, 18, 19, 21, 22. So just really consistent. I would think that Saquon and I would think the Giants are going to be a better offense this year, but at the same time, they have more threats to touches. You got Darren Waller there now. They brought in a bunch of slot guys. So might be going to see a movie later. Guardians of the Galaxy. Thinking about that. If any fellow nerds are out there, guys, help me out on my road to 2K. Let's go now. Calby Cool asks, are the DraftKings and Underdog ADP similar towards the top? Are there any mispriced players? There are mispriced players on both platforms. That much we know for sure. However, yes, there is a discrepancy on DraftKings and Underdog and drafters about where players are ranked. I'm not going to tell you every single player that's ranked differently, but I'll give you some examples. At the top, pretty similar. First 2 rounds. However, as soon as looks like a lot of these running backs are getting pulled up in ADP on DraftKings. Joe Mixon more expensive. DeAndre Swift more expensive. Isaiah Pacheco, Dalvin Cook. A lot of these guys are more expensive. At wideout, Like Keenan Allen, way more expensive on the PPR sites than on Underdog. Christian Kirk as well. PPR guys, makes sense. Godwin and Co. maybe a little bit more expensive. So I don't know. Players are definitely priced differently. I won't pretend I do. The DraftKings drafts, to me, to be honest with you, are a bit of a chore. I don't know. It's just harder to do. They don't have Devonta Smith goes in the third round. What a coup by Bob Preston here. I know, who was it? Who grabbed him? Don't tell me it was our guy Cody. Oh God, Cody got him. What a steal. Well, off of ADP, it's looking like T. Higgins is a pretty big value here. Brees Hall, we already got 2 running backs. We're not going to be taking him. T. Higgins, not a guy I draft a lot because he goes at the 2-3 turn on Underdog. But towards the back end of the third, feels like a much better pick. Still has plenty of upside, especially contingent value if Jamar Chase goes down. Getting a nice discount on him. Fire him up as our wideout 1 piece of Joe Burrow and the Bengals to go along with Bijan and Saquon Barkley to start. It's important you don't get buried at wide receiver, meaning you don't take any, when you don't take any in the first 2 rounds. So we got to get bodies on the team to give us those points. Look at this dude, Jake Feltzer. Do we think this is a picture of him? Some interesting names we're drafting with. What is my picture, you might ask? It's a picture of the surface of the sun. Why is that? It's because we're sun running, guys. Let's go. Let's see those sun emojis in the chat. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I'm going to start the wave. Let's rip that sun emoji. Okay, so sun. And then we add a runner. Sun runner. Boom. Oh, Calby Cool beat me on the sun, but I got him on sun runner. Quarterbacks, typically, it's coming in different on desktop for me. Shout out Cal. What's up, Connor? We got the whole gang here. All right, and we don't take Joe Burrow a lot. However, on a site like DraftKings, where quarterbacks are typically just gobbled up by players, he stacks with T. Higgins. I know we're far behind on wide receiver points. He goes at pick 30. He was pick 41 there. I don't love the pick with me having to pass on wideout. However, we're going to scoop the value. It's just a sign that we're in a little bit sharper of a room. The fact that people weren't just taking naked Joe Burrow. In contests like DraftKings, where there is no regular season prize, all you are playing is the playoff weeks. It's 1,000, nearly like a 1,300 person final, week 17. You really should not be taking your quarterback without pass catchers. So you should not take Joe Burrow if you don't have T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. It's just so hard to win the damn contest by doing that. I'll show you guys the team that won last year on DraftKings. The team was awful. And I remember seeing it in app, but shout out my guy, Tom here, Tom from the UK. He posted the team, and look how bad this team is, guys. It's a 4-quarterback team. So it has Trevor Lawrence, Jacoby Brissett, Jordan Love, and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had a great week 17. It had CMC, Kenneth Gainwell, Chuba Hubbard, Jamal Williams was a great pick, Darrell Williams, Jerick McKinnon, great pick. So a bunch of the running back picks sucked. Kenneth Gainwell contributed week 17, obviously. CMC, a great pick. But McKinnon, star. Jamal Williams, star. Chuba Hubbard, Darrell Williams, terrible. Hubbard actually okay. At wide receiver, he had, let me just check on this. He had A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyler Boyd, George Pickens. So only 7 wideouts. The A.J. Brown-Smith combo was obviously key. Jerry Jeudy came into play week 17. We are 2 picks away. But, a bunch of meh guys. And then at tight end, T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end 2 on the year, Mike Gesicki, and Hunter Henry. So pretty wild team that took it down. Obviously, that team was not going to win if the Bills-Bengals game finished, but whatever. That game didn't finish, so irrelevant. Okay. So we need wideout here. We'll be taking ourselves some Chris Godwin. Yeah, a little bit of a tier break between him and some of the guys ahead of him. However, Godwin, still a chance to be a PPR monster for the Bucks. You're not thrilled about Baker there, but Baker isn't Desmond Ridder. So Godwin still has outs to being traded mid-year too. Like, I could totally see the Bucks being sellers at the trade deadline, giving it a shot, and then it not working out, and them trading him to like the Chiefs. What if Travis Kelce goes down? Chiefs are just gonna be like, okay, we're not winning the Super Bowl. No, I think they're gonna trade for a Godwin, Mike Evans, whatever. CMC getting traded helped that team? Sure it did. The team just was awful, but hey, anything can win. Especially in these really large field like this is a 1 million entry tournament, this $10 tournament. Absurdly large. You can go back and look at the show I did with Davis and Pat Carrain to see our thoughts on the structure, but really, really big tournament. Coming up in 2 picks here. And I think we're going to grab Jackson Smith Najigba. Really like the Seahawks offense. Potentially, he is a rookie, so we're expecting him to play his best down the stretch. Maybe he is squeezed by Lockett, but, like his chance to have spike weeks, highly drafted rookie, elite 3-cone time. So what's not to like? We need wide receivers too. I would have considered Dameon Pierce if he made it to me, but he didn't. Once again, guys, do me a favor. Climb up to the highest point in your village. From there, stack a chair, stack a table, climb a tree, and absolutely jump down and smash that like button. Help me out now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's do this thing, guys. We're on the road to 2K. Sacrilegious asked me late to the party, is this a robust RB stream? This is a Bijan, Saquon, bring the testosterone. We are lifting weights. I lifted today. I did some pull-ups. I did some body weight dips. I did some jump rope. So we had to get the T out for the users. Funny note about DraftKings is even though it is 20 rounds, it sometimes the drafts will go quicker than Underdog, which is 18 rounds, because unlike Underdog, which I really wish Underdog did this, and I'm confused why they do not. Look at this guy, Bonesaw, Deposit Kingdom. Shout out Pete in the Deposit Kingdom. But unlike Underdog, DraftKings actually puts players on auto draft if they miss a pick or 2 picks in a row. So if you miss 2 picks in a row, you go automatically on auto draft. And unlike Underdog, it tells you if someone's on auto draft. So no one is auto drafting right now, meaning these guys are all grinders, grinding their D's off. No one fell asleep. None of that nonsense in this lobby. But, you're going to find some crazy lobbies out there in DraftKings land. So feeling pretty good about the roster. We're just filling out our starting guys, right? We got our starting 2 running backs each week. We got our starting quarterback. We got 3 wideouts. We need tight end and flex. Let's fill this bad boy. A little news around the NFL is rumor has it from Peter King. Yeah, you'll have to look back, sacrilegious, at the beginning for the Cody Main bit. Yeah, I know, Paul. I was one of the biggest voices for Underdog to have that auto draft. I sent them emails. I talked to their team. I really pushed for auto draft to happen. For those who don't know, it saves you hours of your life if auto draft is enabled versus having to sit down those clicks. But honestly, I just didn't have I still don't have the will to fight that battle again after they took it away. They took it away. They claimed, it makes no difference in the time. It's not true, but whatever. So they don't want to do it. Whatever. Who cares? I think it's silly, but that's me. All right, we need a wideout. We're gonna grab Jordan Addison, another rookie. Goes to the Vikings. Like betting on the Vikings offense as well. You know, he's going to have his individual spike weeks just like JSN, but you got Jefferson there. So I'm just betting on that offense. We're taking players from those teams I like. We can backstack Gino, backstack Kirk Cousins, filling in our wideouts. We took the rookies. We passed on our guy, Gabe Davis, which goes next pick, which that's fine. We get a lot of Gabe. It's okay to mix it up. Gabe, probably a higher individual week ceiling, but Addison, probably higher ceiling as an NFL talent. One in the first round, So, looks like we did catch one auto drafter, Lube. And you don't know, people can turn off the auto draft, but yeah. I'm not going to fight the auto draft battle anymore on Underdog. I get a lot of Gabe Davis, and you just got to feel it out. Gabe Davis is a guy who falls quite a bit. So when I notice players do that, even if I like them, I'm gonna let them fall to me. I'm not gonna be reaching just to reach. I'm gonna let the market come to me. I would have liked to get Addison and Gabe, but we didn't, so that's okay. And I've been wanting to get some Addison shares. I don't have that much Addison. For those who don't know, you can sort by rank or ADP on DraftKings. Neat little feature they have there. And you can upload your ranks now. So that's neato. See, our next pick will be 152, 113. We're gonna take Michael Thomas. A vet. Looking back at these game logs, 8 for 57 and 2, 9 for 65 and 1, 5 for 5 for 50. Then he gets hurt. So, the question with Michael Thomas, I don't need to sell you on the talent. It's can he stay healthy? He does play in the same division as Bijan Robinson. So we're taking a swing at upside with Michael Thomas. It's okay if he falls. I mean, it's okay if he fails. It's not like our team is tanked by an 8th round pick. Not doing it, but tons of upside with the pick. Again, guys, Hope you've been enjoying these streams. Make sure to, if you're watching this on replay, drop it in the YouTube description. Let me know what kind of streams you like to see. Do you want to see more drafters? Do you want to see more underdog? Do you want to see some puppies? Do you want to see more DraftKings? What do you want to see, guys? I will be doing a puppy tomorrow with Jacob. So you can, if you're trying to draft with us in the puppy streets, the $5 tournament on underdog, you can do that with us tomorrow. It's nice when the DraftKings ones move quick. So, sometimes when you're in sharp rooms, the room moves quicker too because people know what they're doing. They're not panic picking, but sometimes people are also grinding the minutia of EV, trying to take their max time or whatever. This isn't true, Finn. Finn says, I'm scared to draft too much. If both my QBs are on same bye week, I'm instantly dead. That's not true. The way I think about advancing in best ball is oftentimes the team that advances are because they hit on a Josh Jacobs or a Tyreek Hill or whatever. So if you hit on your studs and those guys crush, you're going to we're going to take Kincaid as our tight end one. Why not? There's players at other positions. He's a swing of upside. Certainly has some downside possibilities, but we get our quota of one bill in every draft. We got a 1-2-5-1 going on right now for the audio listeners. Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, JSN, Dalton Kincaid, Jordan Addison, Michael Thomas. Shout out audio crew. It's only on Apple Podcasts right now. I will eventually get it up on Spotify for you, but Apple Podcast crew, hit the follow button or whatever you do over there. But yeah, back to Finn's statement. Oftentimes, advancing comes to just like hitting those players who are advance rate monsters, Josh Jacobs, what have you. And if you have them, you're going to advance. And you advance by a lot. So, yeah, occasionally is your team going to be dead if you share the same bye week on quarterback or all your running backs do or wideouts? Sure. Wow, Bobby, this is a little late. Honestly, you're getting it here just before pick 11, but thank you for telling me. He said, in this draft with you, Liam, I'm 103. So, Bobby, typically we like to tell people a little bit sooner than that. It's a little bit late to just be lurking in the shadows, if you ask me, but, we'll say you got it in time there, Bob. Okay. We could take Kirk, be done at QB. We could take an RB. We're going to do that. No, we're going to take Kirk. We're going to figure out RB. We're done at QB. We got Kirk Cousins. We got Joe Burrow. Two solid quarterbacks stacked up. Kirk Cousins to Jordan Addison. Joe Burrow to T. Higgins. That's winning me all the money. Let's go. Thank you, Bobby, for hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 2K. We appreciate you. Paul saying, I drafted a cash team last year where every single player had the same bye week, and it was less than 100 points from second place. So got third place, is what he's saying. And he took a straight 0 for 1 week. Obviously that's going to, occasionally, I personally don't stress bye weeks at all. Got to get my camera's not quite focused. Let me work on that real quick. Whatever. Bobby's on the treadmill, he says. Shout out you, Bobby, getting your workout in, ripping a draft. I don't want to work out every day. I'd be lying if I said I did, but there were points in my life I used to think that would be me, but wow. So from Kirk Cousins, the QBs left are like Derek Carr and Jordan Love. So we made the good call on the Cousins pick. We got to get some running backs, some wideouts, some tight ends. Probably going to stop at 2 QB with having Burrow and Kirk Cousins. 2 quarterbacks who should hit the 3-point bonus quite a bit on DraftKings, meaning they throw for 300 passing yards. Finn saying Juju keeps following me. I like him at New England. Should give similar output to Jacoby Myers. Yeah, I'm not a big Juju Smith-Schuster guy. You're in good company there, though. Friend of the channel, Justin Herzig, I believe, likes him. Been seeing him draft him, and I don't know. Hard for me to buy that New England offense, but potential for him to have a great year, no doubt. Okay. So, wow, McKinnon's getting like to the point where he's too steamed now. There's some other guys we would like, but we're gonna grab Gibson because he's one of the last. Like running back dries up pretty quick, so Gibson drawing live to be the RB1 in Washington. It's probably Brian Robinson, but could be rejuvenated with Eric Bieniemy. Could be in the doghouse. Who knows? But Finn, are you asking if I pay the $20 DFS contest on DraftKings? I do. Not every week. For NFL, I'm assuming. Or are you talking about for best ball? Because that's what we're playing right now, if you're talking about that. Finn asking me thoughts on Beckham. I like Odell Beckham. I've not been drafting him a lot. He's a little expensive, but I think he can have individual spike weeks. I know a lot of people are down on him. There is a possibility he was only signed to get Lamar Jackson to sign his contract just to get Lamar, just to appease Lamar, which would not be great if true. But the last we saw of Odell, he was good for the Rams. So I think the Ravens offense can take a big step. Tyler Boyd does go. Obviously, I wanted Tyler Boyd on this team with me having Joe Burrow, but just wanted Antonio Gibson a little bit more. But yeah, back to, I want to be buying pieces of the Ravens because I do think they can take a Eagles-like leap this year. Better, OC and everything, and Lamar's back and healthy, and they have weapons there. But I've just not found myself taking wide out a lot in that range, probably. And I like some other guys a little bit more. All right, we are back to running back. McKinnon is getting a little expensive, but we need bodies. He's a swing at upside. The Chiefs do play the Bengals this year, so that brings us to a 2-4-5-3. Joe Burrow and Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Bijan, Barkley, Antonio Gibson, and Jerick McKinnon at running back. T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Jackson Smith, Njigba, Jordan Addison, and Michael Thomas at wide receiver. And only Dalton Kincaid at tight end so far. So probably going 3 tight end, probably stopping at 2 QBs, probably unloading the rest of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks into running back and wideout. Could go, let's say 2 tight ends. So then we got 6 picks to divvy up. Could go 2, 7, 8, 3, something like that. Something like that's looking pretty nice. Cal Be Cool saying he likes Derek Carr this year as a late QB. Yeah, I like him on Saint stacks. Questionable how much of a ceiling he has. He's an interesting guy because he had a 4,800 passing yard season 2 years ago, and touchdowns to go with that. I can't see season log here, but if he had the touchdowns to go with that, that would have been a great year. But who is this guy? staring at us. Derek Carrier. Derek Carr's muscular twin. Finn asking, who were your first 5 picks when you won? Well, Finn, I've won 3 best ball tournaments, so need you to be a little bit more specific. The good news is if you subscribe to my channel, click on my channel, and go to the recorded video section, you'll be able to watch the draft of my winning $2,000 team. That's right. I streamed the draft. Probably the first ever to do that. Stream a best ball tournament win. So you can check it out. The other teams I've written articles about, you can follow me on Twitter at Cheslium. Find links to those articles. I retweeted them today. And you can see the breakdown of all 3 of my winning best ball tournament teams. So, don't know if I know off the top of my head each of the teams' picks. Okay. So we're taking a look at running back. We're going to take Raheem Mostert. He's probably the running back 3 in Miami, but he might not be. He's got injury insurance if a chain or Jeff Wilson gets hurt. He's still fast, right? Look through his game logs. Like, he was used at the end of the year. He had some spike weeks, so I don't know. He is old, is the thing, but he's like way past ADP right now. He is 31 years old. So he's born in the same year as me, so whatever. We're drafting an oldie, just hoping that he, can hit down the stretch. Imagine if JSN went to Houston. Yeah, that would have been a fun landing spot. He would have gotten more draft capital, obviously. He would have no target competition. Calby Cool saying he's doing Knox and Kincaid sometimes. Yeah, that's an interesting pairing. I've done it once or twice. I think we're going to pass on tight end for now. We're just going to make it work at the end. And we're going to take Nico Collins. Probably a wide receiver 1 going in the 14th round of drafts. We should expect that offense to be much better this year with CJ Stroud throwing the ball, potentially even good. See you later, Cal. Thanks for tuning in. Again, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Come on now. We're on the road to 2K. It's not easy doing these 40-minute draft streams day after day after day for all of you. I think watching draft streams is a great way when you're, maybe you're doing 10, 20 drafts on the year. You don't want to draft all your teams right now. You want to save some for later in the year. Great thing to do is just watch a draft stream. Scratches that itch. You get to see a draft happen. Maybe you learn something. So we have a 2-5-6-1. Again, I'll be going live with guest Jacob Sanderson tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That video is already scheduled out there, so take a look at it. Brock Purdy goes. How are you guys feeling between Purdy and here? I'll ask this in a poll. If you guys are feeling Brock Purdy or Trey Lance. Let me know, guys. Let's crowdsource this. Vote in that poll right now. Who you got, Trey Lance or Brock Purdy? Got about 40 of you tuning in with me on this lovely Monday afternoon. All right. I don't love Irv Smith, but he stacks with Joe Burrow. His ADP is 163. I'm making the pick at 176. We're getting him, a solid round after ADP. Again, he is a game part of the stack. Sage asked, no Darnold love? No, man. No Darnold love for me. Yes, he could be the starter. I agree with you. He could be him, but that's not who the poll's about. Wow. We with 7 votes in, not a big number, but deal with what we got here. Trey Lance has 30% of the votes and Brock Purdy 71%. Seems like Finn is a UK person. I believe shout out to the UK people, Don't have a lot of them watching my channel. Shout out to you guys, but I believe they can only play on DraftKings. Finn says I'd go Trey. Yeah, man, I like Trey too, but it's rough out in these streets. Benjamin says, I have so much Trey Lance. Fantasy Flicks bold prediction. Don't know who they are, by the way. Fantasy Flicks bold prediction for the year is Lance's top 5 QB. I have 55 entries in the DK $10 and have over 90% Trey Lance. He goes pick 170. Yeah, I think it's a good bet. I take him sometimes. I took him more in the pre-draft stuff. Oh, Fantasy Flock. Shout out, Mason. Yeah, I mean, I want to be betting on the draft capital behind him. 3 first-round picks, what have you. Brock Purdy was like fine, but not a star. He had a really rough run out with, the injuries and whatnot. So, I want to be a buyer. The PR has been really bad. I take him sometimes. And the one thing is that unfortunately, gonna make my tight end pick real quick here. Could use a wideout too. We're gonna go Tyler Conklin. We like Tyler Conklin as our third tight end. He should be on an improved Jets offense. We got a little bit of a division stack there with Kincaid and Mostert and him. Some weird pieces. But yeah, the thing is that even if you hit on quarterback, unless that quarterback is like a Justin Fields type, which Trey Lance could be, you just don't get rewarded that much. And zeros really hurt. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Lance. I want to be drafting a lot of him. It will feel real bad if he smashes and I jumped off the bandwagon. Larry 2 times says, "What up, Liam? Remember, smack that like button like you would a beep beep." We're gonna beep that for the audio crew. Mason won the underdog big dog last year for 100K in another tournament himself. So he's a 2-time best ball tournament winner. One of them was pretty small, but still. So I won 2 tournaments last year for like 300K, and he won 2 tournaments for, I don't know, I think 120K. Shout out to him. Definitely want to collab with Mason. Seems like we have some Mason fans in here. I need to reach out to him. Let's check in on Cody Main's team, who he was the guy telling people need to touch grass. He's got a 2.572 going on. His quarterbacks are Tua and Kenny Pickett. His running backs are Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Devin Achane, Jalen Warren, and Chuba Hubbard. His wideouts are Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Christian Kirk, Deontay Johnson, Elijah Moore, Rondale Moore. His tight ends are Pratt Freiermuth and Tyler Higbee. A little bit much at wideout, I think. He's invested a little bit too much. But and his QB2 is rough with Kenny Pickett, but really good team. How bad can a team be, right? So we got 4 more picks to make. Definitely need a wideout. We're going to take Jaden Reed. He could be the 2 in Green Bay. Like, I'm not impressed with Romeo Doubs. He sucked last year. And maybe he's the 2, but I'm hoping it's Reed. He won in the second round of the draft. Benjamin broadcasting what he's going in a draft with me, bold Benjamin. He says, I'm going 3-6-8-3. Love going stud QB and then getting Lance and Howe. I love that combo too. Although I don't take 3 quarterback when I go elite. Check in on Ben's team. I don't know what your team name is, Ben. Larry's saying, does Pitt offense get better this year? Hard to get worse. They invested in the O-line, which is a good sign. And yeah, it wouldn't be shocking to me if that team took the next leap at all. Why not? Oh, Ben saying he's not drafting. Oh, he's saying what he would do with my team. He would do 3-6-8-3. Well, I am driving, so we're going 2 QB. But we would sometimes go 3. We could go Howell for the stack to Gibson. It's a little thin. I do like me some Howell. Well, he goes, so we're not taking anyone else. We're not taking Baker Mayfield stacked up with Chris Godwin. Although for week 17, no, we're not doing it. It's probably wideout running back. Wideout. We're going to grab Khalil Shakir. There's a potential that he is so good, he is the slot, and Dalton Kincaid is like not seeing the field. Or maybe Shakir and Kincaid share slot duties. That'd be fine. Or maybe Shakir doesn't play at all, and it's all Kincaid. So, piece of the Bills offense, pretty cheap. Oh, Ben saying what he was doing in general. Larry saying, go Bills, go Bills. Larry saying, I feel like Mac Jones gets so much better with a new offensive coordinator. Yeah, I don't know. Possible. I buy pieces of the Patriots offense, but man, it's just like hard to see this. I guess the ceiling for Mac Jones is that he can be Kirk Cousins like, which is like, I don't know. It's not great. Let me tell you, it's not great. Yeah, Finn's saying Marvin Jones is the wide receiver too, while Jameson Williams is suspended, I think. That might be true, Finn. However, for the playoff weeks when all the money is won, Marvin Jones probably is not contributing to your team, especially if Jameson Williams is back. Could he be the wide receiver 3? Potentially, but, we shouldn't be taking players who are going to help us the first 6 weeks. We want guys who are going to help us week 17 when all that money is made. So let me look at my team here. Wide receivers, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Jackson Smith, Jabigba, Jordan Addison, Michael Thomas, Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Nico Collins. Running back, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Antonio Gibson, Jerick McKinnon, Raheem Mostert. So definitely feel like I need a body at both. Tight end, Dalton Kincaid, Irv Smith Jr., Tyler Conklin. Not my favorite tight end room ever, but one stacked, one we hope is upside. Conklin should be solid in PPR. All right, I think this is a fine spot to take Izzy Abanikanda. Not really sure how things are going to shake out for the Jets, but with me having Bijan and Saquon, I probably don't need running back production early. And Izzy was drafted in the 5th round of the draft. He's been comped to like a Raheem Mostert type. Michael Carter's not been impressive. He's still there. Zonovan Knight's still there. So Breece Hall may or may not be back. I'm not really sure what's going on. But, he's going to be on the team, 5th round draft pick. And there's a chance he could be like the one until Breece Hall's fully back. Or maybe he's so good he forces himself on. I don't know. Finn asks, will DraftKings release more tournaments like a $50 entry or $200? I'm sure they will. They released a $3 20 max entry today. Bobby says, thoughts on your team? Let's take a look, Bobby. I'm assuming you're Bob Preston. You got a 2683, Deshaun Watson, and Russ Wilson. Running backs, Pollard, Nick Chubb, Brian Robinson, Rashad Penny, Jeff Wilson Jr., Leonard Fournette. Wideouts, Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, Cortland Sutton, DPJ, Michael Gallup. Tight ends, Greg Dulcich, Hurst, Henry. Look, we're on the clock, so we'll come back to you, but looks fine. Let me think about my team real quick, forgetting what I'm doing. Looking at Bob's team. No offense, Bob. Why not? We'll take Slayton. Slayton could be the one for the Giants. Ran pretty cold on touchdowns last year, I think. All things considered. He had some solid box scores just without TDs. Deep threat. Should play outside. I don't know. Ambiguous situation. So that finishes us up with a 2-6-9-3. Adding Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Abanikanda, and Darius Slayton as our last 4 picks there. Hope you guys are... All right, we got some questions, so we'll answer them before we get out of here. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. That really messed with my stream real quick. But let's take these questions before we get out of here by Hart. Hart says, curious if you had seen the Anthony Richardson post with Herzig and ETR. They said you should only draft Anthony Richardson with another mid-round quarterback or later. We constantly see rookies come on late. Same with QB. Seems like the same could happen with Anthony Richardson. Could see only teams that paired Anthony Richardson plus elite quarterback make it through. I'm building both ways. What do you think? Yeah, I build it both ways as well. I think the point they made, no offense, is pretty obvious. Like, yeah, if Anthony Richardson is Justin Fields or whoever, sure, the second quarterback you want to pair him with is a late round guy. Guys like CJ Stroud, Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, whoever late, right? On the other hand, sometimes I'm grabbing AR as my QB too, like Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson. When he's cheap, am I reaching on Anthony Richardson in like the 6th round when I have Josh Allen? No, never ever. But yeah, I could see both being totally viable. Elite plus Anthony Richardson or Anthony Richardson plus late round guys. I think both make sense. All right, guys, that's what I got for today. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll be back with Jacob tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're on the road to 2K subscribers. Help me out with that. Come on now. Peace.